All right, once again, today is Monday, February the 1st, 7G6. Somebody read that to us.
I can find the volume of Prisms with 60% mastery.
Good job. So today we are looking at volume of prisms. You have done volume before. We're moving into triangular prisms. You use the rectangular prisms. All right, as always, volume does deal with formulas. So if you already haven't pulled out your math notebook, make sure you get it at least to get the formula. Somebody tell us what volume is.
Volume, the amount of space an object, what's that word, Miss Catchings? Occupies. V equals L times W times H. V equals base times height. Area of the base times the height. Measure in cubic units.
Good job. So that's fine, cubic units with the little 3. So make sure you remember, we're used to length time, width time, height. That's mainly if we have a rectangular prism. Those are your cereal boxes. Anything that we've been looking at up until now, those rectangular prisms. And the overall formula for volume is base times height, meaning the area of that base times the height. And they changed it to that because our bases can be various shapes. So that's why they wanted to change it, to make sure we understood it for various shapes. Just like with area has the little 2, volume has the little 3. So make sure we give the correct units. All right, somebody tell us about a prism.
2 congruent bases, all other faces are rectangles, receive its name from the bases, cereal box, Kleenex, etc.
All right, so a prism got 2 congruent bases, all the other faces are rectangles, like I already stated. A triangular prism has bases that are triangles. A pentagonal prism has bases that are pentagons. So we just have to remember, what's that base? Everything else will be those rectangles. All right. 2 formulas, length time, width time, height. Overall, the base times the height. All right, your practice should already be uploaded in Schoology. I got to check for those that's in the classroom. I will go back and check. All right, this reads a packing carton in the shape of a triangular prism is shown in the diagram below. What is the volume of this carton? What kind of prism did they tell us we got?
A triangular.
Triangular prism.
Y'all know me. Start with your formula. So that formula tells me volume to the base times the height. So the first thing I'm going to get is the area of my base. We already said that base is a triangle. It's the name. How do I find the area of a triangle?
Length times width divided by 2.
All right, 1/2 times length times the width. That'll work. All right, so looking at that triangle, what is the base of it? What's the height?
The base is 2, the height is
1.5.
Okay, somebody was mumbling to me. Y'all gotta talk loud if you're trying to talk to us. The base is 2 and the height is 1.5. All right, somebody multiply 2 and 1.5.
3.
All right, take half of 3.
1.5.
All right, so the area of that base is 1.5. All right, now what is the height of this entire prism? If those are my bases on the end, that means my height is going to be the long way. What's our height?
7.
All right, multiply that to
10.5.
1.5 times that?
10.5.
Don't forget our what?
Cubed. Inches.
Do not forget your units. You don't give me that unit, you're gonna know some points out, but you didn't give me volume. Volume always has cubic units. Make sure you put it. Any questions about that problem?
No, ma'am.
All right, anyone still need anything? All right, somebody read example 2 to us.
What is the volume of the right triangular prism shown below?
Good job. Once again, they gave us another triangle prism. I always start with my formula, meaning I'm always writing it down first. Recognize I got a triangle, so I got the same formula. Example 1. What's the base and the height of the triangle?
Six and 5.
All right, 5 times 6 is
30.
30. 15.
All right, and then what's the height of it?
11.
11.
All right, and then 15 times 11.
165.
165.
165 what?
Inches.
Inches cubed.
Per inch.
We got feet this time. Any questions about it?
I'm still writing.
Okay, let me know when you finish with it.
I'm done.
All right, 2 prisms are shown below. They want to know which statements about the volumes of the prisms are true.
We have to solve it first before we can answer the question.
Good, Kennedy. So let's look at the first prism. They gave us a rectangular prism. That's where we can use length time, width time, height. What would be the length? What's the width? And what's the height?
12.
12, 5, and 7.
All right, 12 times 5.
60. 60.
60.
And 6 times 7.
420.
All right. We got a triangle prism, so let's do the triangle first. What's the base and the height of the triangle?
87.
87.
All right, 8 times 7.
48. 56.
All right, 56.
28.
All right. And then the base times the height. So the base was 28. What's the height of that triangular prism?
14.
14.
All right, multiply it out.
392.
holds more than the rectangular prism?
No.
Alright. B says the front base edge of the triangular prism is increased by an inch. It will hold more than the rectangular prism. So let's think about it. They said the front base edge is increased by an inch. What's the front base edge of the triangular prism now?
8.
So if I add 1, that would be 9. So now let's check it out. That would make that 9 times, still the height of 7. What's 9 times 7?
63.
63.
All right, what's half of 63?
31.5.
All right, so then that'll be 31.5 times 14.
441.
441.
So we increase it by an inch. Will it now hold more than that rectangular prism?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, C. C said if the height of the rectangular prism is decreased by an inch. What's the height of the rectangular prism?
12.
If we decrease it, it's now 11. So let's see. So now that'll be 11 times 5 times 7. What's 11 times
55.
55.
5? 5 times
385.
385.
All right, is that now less than what's in the triangular prism?
Yes.
All right, D says if the front base edge of the rectangular prism is decreased by an inch, what's the front base edge now?
7.
All right, so if we decrease it by
It'll be 6.
6.
6, so now that'll be 60 times 6.
360.
All right, is that more than what'll be in that triangular prism?
No.
E says if the height of the triangular prism is decreased to match the height of the rectangular prism. So what height would that need to be?
14.
It says decreased to match the height of the rectangular prism.
-8.
Is decreased to match the height of the rectangular prism. What's the height of the
12.
So what's the new height of the triangular prism? 12.
12.
So now we have 28 times 12.
$336.
Will they hold the same amount? Is 336 the same as 420?
No.
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 Correct answer we should have is B and C. Any questions about it? All right, somebody read it to us.
Four boxes are shown in order from the largest volume to the smallest volume. For each box, all of the dimensions are 5 centimeters less than the next large box.
All right, so they told us one key detail. The dimensions are 3.5 centimeters less from that larger box. And then they want us to find the volume of box D. Before we can get to box D, what do we need to find?
We need to find the
box A.
volume of the other boxes first.
We need to find the other boxes and keep subtracting our way until we get there. So that means each value is subtracted by 3.5. What's 32 minus 3.5?
28.5.
28.5.
25 minus 3.5.
21.5.
16 minus 3.5.
12.5.
12.5.
Let's go again. 12.5 minus 3.5.
9.
21.5 minus 3.5.
18.
28.5 minus 3.5.
25.
All right, we gotta go once again. 25 minus 3.5.
21.5.
All right, 18 minus 3.5.
14.5.
14.5.
9 minus 3.5.
5.5.
All right, we got a box, so we know in order to find the volume, length times width times height, we just got all of our measurements. All right, 5.5 times 14.5.
1,715.
You didn't break that apart, man.
B.
Any questions about it? A lot of us will have that problem incorrect. One of the main reasons being we don't like showing work. It's a math class. It tells us every morning to get our math notebooks. Somebody probably still don't have a math notebook out. Any questions on it?
No, ma'am.
I'm still right.
Uh-oh. I moved too fast, didn't I? I should be. My apologies. All right, somebody read that to us.
Two glasses containers are shown. Both are right rectangular prism. Container 1 is filled with water and container 2 is empty. Malina wants to pour all of the water from container 1 into container 2. What must the height of container 2 be in the order for it to hold exactly the same amount of water as container 1?
All right, so they're trying to get it to hold the same amount of water. And before we can figure out the height of container 2, what do we need to do? I'm not sure what that was. Anybody, what we doing?
You have to figure out container 1.
out from container one?
The height.
I got the height of container one.
The volume of
The what?
volume.
And this is for container number one. What's the length, width, and height of container number one?
12, 18, and 32.
Right, 32 times 18.
570.
Times 12.
6,912.
All right, the container B, container 2 is going to hold the same amount of water. So if container 2 is holding the same amount of water, what's the volume of container 2? How much water? How much water? How much water did container 1 have? What did you just say the volume of container 1?
6,912.
Okay, so if
6,912.
they holding the exact same amount of water, that means the volumes are equal. So what is the volume of container 2?
6,912.
Do we know the length of container 2?
$24.
24.
What's the width of container 2?
16.
16.
Missing the height. Somebody do 24 times 16.
384.
Divide by 384 on both sides.
$18.
And notice this problem told you to show your work. So that means somehow or another you need to know how to type that stuff in. V equals L times W times H. What numbers I substituted, that's what that means. That don't mean give me an answer. Y'all say stuff like that. Find a way to type it in. Take a picture, upload it. Any questions about it? Anybody still need something?
Man.
All right, y'all moving along rather well. All right, somebody read it to us.
A bicycle ramp used for competitions is a triangular prism. What is the volume of the ramp?
All right, volume of the ramp. What kind of, when it tells us a triangular prism, what's the base and what's the height of our triangle?
$13.
All right, now let's look at this triangle. If that is where the right angle is, that means my base and my height is going to be in the corners.
5 and 8.
That would be, look again. You talking about 8, look again. Look at your triangle in the back. That's 12. That means if that side is 12, it's 12 over here as well. 5 times 12 is what?
60.
Half of 60.
30.
30.
All right. What's the height of that triangular prism? Meaning, don't look on the base. The base was the triangle. Opposite direction.
8.
8.
Okay. So then 3 times 8.
24.
24.
And 0.
240 cubic feet. Any questions about it?
No, ma'am.
All right. Anyone still need anything?
No, no, ma'am.
All right. Somebody read question 7 to us.
A machine part is made from a rectangular prism with a smaller rectangular prism cut out of it as shown below. What is the volume of the part? Circle the correct.
All right, so we got one prism and then they cut a smaller piece out of it. What do we need to do?
Actually, it's kind of like it's on the side.
We ain't heard none of that, Jakiriana. Type it in the chat. And then we got a smaller piece that they said they cut out of it. So what do we need to do?
Solve it.
What you mean by solve it? I don't know what that means.
Solve the outside and inside.
Solve the prism cut out.
Big piece.
So that's all I need. What's cut out? Let's go to what's cut out first. So what's the length, the width, and the height of what's cut out? The length, the width, and the height of what's cut out. I mean, you gotta look on the
1,
inside.
4.
What's the height?
5.
Okay, if it's the height to the outside and they cut it out, it gotta still be the same. 1 times 4 times 5 is
20.
20 cubic feet.
1.
Is that all I need to do? That was,
You gotta cut it.
Find the area of the shape on the outside.
they said, what is the volume of the part? The part makes up all of it. What they cut out is not the part. So yes, we need to find the volume of all of it. So what's the length, the width, and height of all of it?
8, 4, and 5.
I already said 4 times 5 was 20. 8 times 20 is what?
160.
160.
160 cubic. So if that's all of it, and then they cut that out, what do we need to do?
Subtract.
That's 20. 16.
And that will give us
140.
40.
1, 4.
All right. How did he end up with D? How did he get 180?
He added.
Yeah. 160 plus 20.
Yeah, what is that? What piece did he like? We know 16, 20. He added the cut out part to the whole. When they ask y'all how somebody did something wrong to get an answer, woo, the responses y'all give me. Any questions about it? Anybody still need anything?
No, ma'am.
Pretty good today. What, question 8? Yeah, question 8. All right, somebody read it to us.
Janet needs to purchase one of the shipping containers below. Write the words large, medium, and small of the appropriate container based on their volume.
This time I can look at it and say, oh, small, medium, and large. Can I just look at this?
You have to find the volume of all of
Notice what they said, based on their volumes, meaning I gotta do some work before I can tell what's in order. Y'all don't like doing work. All right, the first one is a rectangular prism, 12 times 6 times 12. What's 12 times 6?
72.
72.
Times 12.
864.
860.
4 or 68. 864 or 868.
4. 4.
Mom, and then I want to repeat yourself just so I can get some clarity. All right, the next is a rectangular prism. What's the length, width, and height?
16 times 9 times 4.
4 and 9.
36.
Times 16.
76.
Like that. We couldn't hear none of that.
576.
Right, the third shape. What kind of prism is that?
That's a trapezoid.
Trapezoid.
First, you define the
Yes,
area of
ma'am.
the trapezoid. The formula is 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. What is the base 1?
9.
9.
Base 2?
6.
6.
Height?
8.
9 plus 6?
15.
15 times 8?
120.
120.
Half of 120?
60.
All right, and so the volume would be the base times the height. The base was 60. What's the height of that prism?
8.
No,
8.
no, that was to your base. Remember, you said the height was opposite of the base.
What?
Yes. Y'all gotta remember for height, go opposite of your base.
12.
12 is what?
720.
So now that we done found all of our areas, initials are we putting below
The
For
second one
the
is
first
small.
one, large.
The second one is small, and the third one is medium.
them? Good job. Any questions about it? Notice I could not put them in correct order without first figuring out the values of each. So make sure we are at least attempting to do something to make sure that answer is going to be correct. Anybody still need anything?
Yeah, I'm still writing down.
You got your Cartier?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, that was question 8. I believe you got maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more problems. It looked like 4. So make sure you are following that same process. You're using those formulas to find the volume. Make sure you got a piece of scratch paper as you're working. Yes, ma'am. I did send you some emails last week on some things that I am missing from you. 9 weeks. Remember, you don't want to get behind as we get closer and closer to spring break. So let's try to just get it in every week. I also sent some emails about those of you who did not finish your I read it last week or STAR. I will be in a session today at 2 o'clock for those of us who do need to finish. If you have any questions or concerns for me, everyone know how to reach me. Y'all have a great Tuesday.
See you later. Have a good day.
You too.
Uh,
It's